Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News from TayNinhTV radio and television station. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, enhancing the role of the leader in the fight against crime, smuggling, and trade fraud is one of the directing opinions of Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc at a conference to summarize the prevention of crime, social evil, and anti-smuggling, trade fraud, and fake goods taking place in the afternoon of January 2nd, 2020. The Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc requested ministry and agencies to consider the actual coordination of fraudulent information sharing in coordinating the prevention of crime, smuggling, and fake goods. The roles and responsibility of the leaders and members of the steering committee of 13A and 3A9 should be assessed. In fact, there is still lack of strictness and determination in the fight against crimes, anti-smuggling, and trade frauds. The handling of violation by a number of violating individuals and collectives are inappropriate and depend on manners, but where there are exemplary and responsibility leaders, the prevention of price, smuggling, and commercial frauds will be good. Earlier, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc highly appreciated the achievements in crime prevention, combating smuggling, trade fraud, and fake goods in 2019. However, the situation has not met the expectation of the government and the people. There are still many types of crimes. The situation of fraud, fake goods, and smuggled goods is still happening, especially road trafficking with large scale. The Prime Minister said a question, which way do these items go to enter Vietnam? What is the role of authorities when this happens? Besides, according to the Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, the situation of robbery, gangsters still happening, human trafficking people to flee abroad, child abuse still happen. The Prime Minister asked the ministry and local agency to continue to organize the thorough implementation of the government instructions on the prevention of crimes and the smuggling of commercial frauds. Strictly follow the party instruction and resolution, especially the manifestation of self-movement, self-transformation, and resolutely to prevent PD corruption of officers and public employees, strengthening the coordination of information connection, information sharing, and remote prevention, handling people's information in accordance with regulation and in time. Handling officers who have acts of helping crimes and smuggling. Ministry, sector, and locality need to make stronger effort to make people feel more peaceful. In the morning of January 2nd, 2020, Mr. Phạm Văn Tân, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the People's Committee of the Ninh Province, chaired the January regular meeting of the Provincial People Committee. The year 2019 ended with excitement as the economic situation in the province developed stably and quite comprehensively. In various fields, notably economic growth is higher than the national average growth. Budget revenue was completed in 2 months advantage of schedule, up 17% over the estimate and over 22% over the same period. Some other targets are approaching the resolution. According to the overall assessment of the Provincial People Committee, this is an important milestone for achieving and exceeding the socio-economic development targets and tasks set by the resolution of the 10th Provincial Party Congress 2015-2020 term has been set. Regarding the tasks and solutions in 2020, the Vice Presidents of the People Committee, members of the Provincial People Committee, leaders of department, district, and city have highly agreed on 23 major targets, including 10 indicators in the economic field, 7 targets in the social field, and 6 indicators in the field of environment. Some basic criteria as follows: gross regional domestic products increased by 8% or more. GRDP per capita is $3,300 USD. The production value of agriculture, forestry, Fishery increased by 3%. The value of industrial products increased by 14.5%. The production value of services increased by 6.5%. Export turnover increased by 12%. Total state budget revenue reaching 10,000 billion Vietnam dong. Development investment in the province account for 35% of GRDP. Reduction of poor households by 0.7%, created jobs for 17,000 laborers. The percentage of trained and skilled laborers account for 70% of the total source of labor. Foreign exchange rate reached 16.3%. For state budget revenue, 10,000 billion Vietnam dong, domestic revenue structure account for 92.5%, higher than 2019. This is a positive and solid structure. With this structure, TayNinhTV will have higher revenue level than national average. Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV People Committee, said that this is a memorable milestone of the province after more than 20 years of construction and development. The budget revenue target in 2020 is highly thriving, reflecting the innovation aspirations of TayNinhTV. In 2019, the livestock industry of TayNinhTV province continued to have significant changes. The shift from small, unsafe livestock to concentrated husbandry in the form of industry, semi-industry reaching over 70% compared to the herd. Currently, the form of husbandry towards safety standard in the province has been recently improved, providing the market with over 26,000 tons of meat products of all kinds, including chickens and pigs, of which 51% meat, via HB standard products. The linkage of production, consumption along the value chain is increasingly developing for porkers, broilers, dairy cows, industrial egg. At present, the province has strongly converted the herd toward dairy and meat, particularly for the herd of pig. The herd is focusing on redirection toward expanding the corn farm, biohusbandry, and safe from diseases, ensuring the prevention of African swine fever. By the end of December 2019, rehearsal work has been carried out to ensure safety. Currently, over 90% sites of the province have declared disease dismissed. On January 3, 2020, at the City People Committee Hall, leaders of the Study Encouragement Cluster of the Southern Province held a conference to study encouragement clusters in the Southern Province. The conference aimed to summarize the cluster activities in 2019 and set out direction and tasks for 2020. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Phong, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Association for Study Encouragement. From the province, there were Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, member of the Provincial Party Committee, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People Committee, and representative from a Provincial and Provincial Study Encouragement Association in the cluster, including TayNinhTV, Long An, Đồng Nai, and Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, Bình Phước, Bình Dương, Bình Thuận, and Hồ Chí Minh City. Speaking at the conference, Mr. Lê Minh Thành, head of the Study Encouragement Clusters in the Southern Province, presented the report of study encouragement activities in the Southern Province and cities in 2019. In general, in 2019, the activities of study encouragement, talent promotion, building a learning society in the cluster are maintained and developed quite comprehensively. Operational quality is recently improved, especially at the association facility. The work of setting up the association fund was highly effective. Orientation for activities in 2020. The study encouragement clusters in the Southern Province and City will continue to build and strengthen the organization of association and members, actively coordinating with the education industry to improve the quality of the operation of recognized model. Noting the result achieved in 2019, Deputy Chairman of the Vietnam Association for Promoting of Education Phạm Thanh Phong hopes that in 2020, the group and association will continue to uphold and promote the quality of activities of the city association member, especially focusing on membership development. With the task assigned by the Provincial People Council and the Provincial People Committee to collect 10,000 billion Vietnam dong of state budget in 2020, right from the beginning of 2020, the task has launched an evaluation movement, incomplete and exceeded the set plan. Leaders of the Department of Taxation of the province said that the whole industry determined that in the new year 2020, it will focus on accelerating administrative procedure reform and modernizing the tax industry in order to create maximum conditions for taxpayers, contributing to promoting business, production, and economic growth, improving the business investment environment, and improve the competitiveness. Tax administration continue to be reformed in the direction that taxpayers calculate, shall declare, and pay taxes into the tax budget. District and city tax department continue to review and cut tax administrative procedure deployed for businesses to declare and pay taxes online. Strive to help businesses and households pay tax with saving time, cost, tax compliance for businesses. Reportedly, in 2019, the total budget revenue in TayNinhTV province is 9,523 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 119% of the estimate assigned by the People Council, of which domestic revenue managed by the provincial tax department is over 8,000 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 109% over the same period. 9 districts and cities met and exceeded the budget revenue target, of which Gia Thanh district led the whole province with a revenue of 147%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.